Yes.
Getting into game number 6 after that frustrating debacle. This game is not immediately over. We have 2 players loaded into the game, so we actually have a game to play and to watch. I just don't even want to click anything so my game doesn't crash, but it probably will crash anyway. So, EmBe spawning with the teal pieces and Memo with the yellow pieces. Both Assyrian in this best of 7. Both players have interesting maps. Now, EmBe, or Memo rather, has a decent gazelle push to work with here. Very few elephants, very little on the map in terms of food. He's got the extra berry off to the side, off to the left of his map, a gazelle north of his base, and a gazelle in the center of the map near a hill here, a berry off to the middle, but that's anyone's berry. I mean, these two food sources are really risky to take. I mean, we knew that, but I guess the players might not. They might think those are pretty safe, like on their quadrant of the map, their hemisphere, rather. Whereas they're actually sharing a hemisphere. They're pretty close together, just between 3 and 6 o'clock. Now, EmBe's map is not any better than Memo's. He's got this big hill to work with. He could be ranging here if he realizes where Memo is, but that would leave this side of the map very exposed. A little tiny puddle of a hill here. I call it a puddle of a hill because it's one tile, and I call puddles on like inland and coastal maps. It's just a puddle, right? But it's just one little tile, one little goober, one little guy. You can actually fit like over a dozen chariots on that with the hill bonus. So fear not. That is still an effective hill, and it will be influential. If hard to use, it's still effective. Now, yeah, there's a lot of hills for Highland. This is a lot in between the two players. There's the hill to the north of Memo's base. There's the two neutral hills in the middle, and then there's the big hill off to this side and the puddle hill over there. A lot of the elephants spawned off on this side of the map, just really far away from the players. Did I change the screen? Yeah, I did. Okay, we're good. I'm always really terrified of minimizing right now. I don't even want to like touch my computer after this many crashes in a row. It's just like, what is happening to this game? But as we focus once again on the match, both players getting their storage pits up at nearly the same time. Memo with a full gazelle lure. He's gotten all 6 of his gazelle cleanly under his town center. It's a very nice positioning. EmBe struggling a bit with his, maybe going to go pit them. Yeah, he's forced to pit these. When your gazelle are up against the wall about this, I've talked about this a ton. When gazelle get on the wall, they can do this, where they get right up against the wall and even a tile over and like be like dead center with the wall as a unit. It's nearly impossible to get it out with a villager. Like the villager can never get to a position before the gazelle gets scared, so you can never lure it towards your town center. So you're forced to pit against the wall, which is also awkward because you can only fit like a few villagers on each gazelle. It's really limiting to the food. Meanwhile, Memo, with a much freer position here, did find his extra berry too, so he's going to be rolling in the food, so he's going to be happy with that position. He's already started a rather large house wall across the center of his base. I think that's going to be pretty important. His opponent's got a pretty similar situation going on for him. I think EmBe is going to be prioritizing this hill for now, as he is not going to spot any food here. This one elephant here to work with will be lured to the town center eventually. Just matters when he'll find it. He's going for these gazelle first, and nice micro from EmBe. We'll get that's beautiful. That's a really good. I mean, maybe your villagers are going to get a little stuck on this central gazelle, but for the most part, it's pretty clean. That's basically like a berry patch, but faster, better, stronger. Oh yeah, that's a 25 right there. Memo already finishes his base gazelle. EmBe is still a little behind on that. And we spoke of this before. The neutral berries. So no tool warp means that boning isn't really an option. That's if the players follow the rules, they have to share these complacently, and that's just the nature of the setting. So it's whoever can just fit more vills here without accidentally clubbing. If it's an accidental club, you just back off, right? But look at this, the both players oversaturating this berry, and neither player can do anything about it. They know that they're sharing it. Obviously, they're going to just see that. They're going to be going, oh crap, how do we handle this? So let's check the timelines. 28 to 26. Wow, EmBe going up on a large count. And Memo's already tool. EmBe might be struggling here a bit. Maybe struggling because he didn't find his elephant to work with. And not being able to pull that back is going to hurt him. And these players sharing this berries mean that Memo's going to have a food advantage. Although EmBe did find a second gazelle patch, whereas Memo did not. So players just about even on food for now. I don't think we saw Memo pull a elephant. I don't think we did. I might be wrong though. I may have missed it or forgotten. Wow, and look at this cluster truck right there. That's a cluster. It's just funny to see this. Just love seeing that. Oh, that replay isn't gonna work. I didn't hold it for long enough. Whoops. I'm just gonna close that now. My bad. But you'll know what I'm talking about. It's these berries. It's still happening. You can still see it on your screens here. Like, it's incredible. I love seeing that. I love that about the setting, that you can't... See, like, in any other setting, you would just... This would be a Vil War. Like, the villagers would just be hitting each other. But you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to fight until bronze. That's the setting, at least that they're playing under. I mean, there's technically no in-game restrictions against it. It's just like an honor code. And that's the fun of the setting, is that you get these bronze games. Now, Memo's up. Memo's up to bronze. We're going to be seeing that wheel upgrade come out from him. And with that wheel upgrade, 3 ranges for now. Wow. EmBe's still not even... Excuse me. EmBe's still not bronze. So he's going to be pretty far behind here. He's got 4 farms up. Memo's got 5. Memo's just in a stronger position at this stage of the game. EmBe finally finding this, but this will be a really exposed elephant. I don't know if he's ever going to finish this elephant, especially with these chariots coming out any second now. This wheel upgrade, we'll see it once the villagers speed up, and here it is. Wheel upgrade in at 14 minutes and 30 seconds. Memo with a blazing fast time is going to have 4 ranges pumping out chariots, and they are going to come. You know exactly where they're going to rally. They're going to rally right to this wood line. Or not wood line, to this granary. And then from there, explore out and look for those villagers of EmBe. Now the wheel upgrade for EmBe is going to be a lot later. It's going to be much later, and here they come. Will Memo be able to do critical damage before EmBe is able to even mount a defense? EmBe did not opt for any sort of house wall, so he will be suffering here. And that's a lot of vills going down. Without the wheel, these Assyrian vills are fast, but not fast enough to outrun these arrows, and that is so many kills. Let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 7th maybe going down, but Memo's pressing forward into the economy, into the underbelly. He's gonna be missing these ranges for the time being, but he will now spot the ranges and these villagers, and he will probably go for a conclave here. And the first set of units are out, but there's a huge hill for both Memo and EmBe to work with. EmBe, oh my god, I just realized EmBe built his ranges in a valley. And with Memo's speed, in terms of like bronze time and like army advantage right now, Memo can just completely surround these ranges for the time being and just completely pressure EmBe off of every resource. EmBe's not even able to get a house wall roll in this game. That's how far behind he is. Meanwhile, Memo, safe at home, is going to be going for these upgrades. He's still just on +1. Neither play on +2 just yet. Not really, that big economy bonus, but on top of the range bonus is absolutely critical in these Assyrian 1v1s. But look at this hill advantage is just so... It's so juicy. Like, these ranges are just going to collapse under the pressure of these hills. Now, on the other side, if Memo's not able to get positional advantage, EmBe will be able to defend kind of awkwardly from this side. So, lag. This is lag, not me. Not me crashing. This is lag, right? I'm telling myself because it can't be me crashing. Hello? Oh. Oh. Okay, no. Both players are still here. We just had a little bit of lag. Memo not quite using the hill here in this fight. Will get outnumbered, and it's going to be tough for him to take this fight. He's got a few units on the hill, moving back to get the full hill. And there's the GG from EmBe. Oh my god, guys, we are seeing a Game 7. A Game 7. You guys have to be excited about this. This is how tight these players are. These players are so in tune with each other. They're so crisp. Their movements nearly identical. I mean, you can't get any more excited about a game of Age of Empires than you're about to get now. You just got to be excited. You just got to be. This is the pinnacle of competition. And look at that bronze time from Memo. This time, EmBe unable to accomplish his typical times. Like, this is... I say, look at the bronze time, but that's just standard for these players at this point. EmBe actually was just a little bit late there. So, looking at game number 7, guys. Game 7.